Hello, wonderful people. This is UC Wonders TV. If this is the first time of you coming across the channel, you're highly welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic. It might even sound controversial, but it is a very new, profound insight. I'm going to be addressing why women should stop wearing hair, especially African ladies. What I mean is very expensive wigs. This video was inspired. I intended to do this video because of a conversation that occurred when my friend, a lady, visited me and was having a conversation with another of her friend. So what was the conversation? The other friend was showing her a wig. Wig is like this hair that ladies wear. That he was telling the lady that the wig is human hair, that is very expensive, that she bought it for some very huge amount of money, which I won't want to be specifying because of some reason. My friend was like, how can a hair be very expensive like that? It was way very expensive, going into a lot of millions. So even me, I was very shocked. I wasn't like interested in that conversation before. I was just busy, watching a program while they are discussing. As she mentioned the amount of money that she bought there, I came closer and looked at it. I told her to give me the, let me look at it. And after looking at it, and I asked her a question. I asked her, why do you think this hair will be more expensive than another kind of hair, the one they call synthetic hair? The human hair. Why would human hair be more expensive than synthetic hair? She came up with so many reasons, very peripheral reasons, and like how it is processed because it's someone else's hair and different opinion. But we had it now gave me enough, like I started opening up their mind to other things that may not be tied to just the hair. To be carnally minded is that means what's the meaning of carnal mind? To have the mindset that everything in this world only ends in the physical is dead. There are so many things that goes beyond what you can see, so many things, and that is what I want to expose, both in terms of scientific research and religious and even mystical practices. So first of all, reasons why you should avoid very expensive hair that goes into millions. The first reason, there are so many reasons, but the first eye-opening or striking reason is because of genetic conditioning. Even scientists made us to understand the fact that the hair is not just a kind of waste product. Some people think it's just a growth of keratin, because there's a kind of protein called keratin that helps the hair to grow. The hair is not just there to like protect the layer of our hair in our brain. The position of the hair, where the hair was, if you look at human being structure, if you look at how human body is, you discover that it's only human being that hairs in their body are not actually performing any very tangible function that may sound very logical. Like if you look at gorilla furs, like hair around gorilla's body, you instantly relate it to maybe giving the gorilla some kind of covering from harsh weather or from cold. But human being, in most part of our body, we have very fainty hair, and even the hair we have cannot protect us from cold or from heat or from anything. It's just it looks more like the hair on the surface level is for aesthetic purpose. But also in this video, you also understand the fact that hair is not only for aesthetic purpose. Hair has very spiritual, symbolic meaning, spiritual and even scientific meaning. Now, I'm talking about the scientific implication of having hair. Do you know that in your hair contains your DNA? There are two types of DNA that can be found in every human hair. So once your hair is scraped, and we all know that DNA is related with tracking genetic makeup of an individual. It also aids to track any individual. It aids to point out the individuality of a person. So there are two types of DNA that can be found in the hair. The first one is called the nuclear DNA, which can be found in the root, is in the root of the hair. That means the place that you pluck out the hair from. That's where the nuclear DNA can be found. Then the second one is called mitochondrial DNA, that can be found in the shaft of the hair. Shaft of the hair is at the base. If you pull up the hair of your head or any part of your body, you see that there is a tiny white part, very tiny white part. If you look closer to it, you see that shaft. In that place also can be found mitochondrial DNA. And with that DNA, let's take for instance, police is trying to track or do investigation on a crime scene, and hairs are found around that place. The police intelligence unit often use hairs to track individuals who are part of any crime. So we discovered that even for scientific research and detecting an individual, you discover that the hair plays a very vital role. That is for science. Now let's enter into mystery and occultism. There is no part of the world that does not have mystical beliefs or occultic belief. Even most of the science we practice today sprang up from the occult, from deeper mysterious knowledge. And even scientists know about these things. Isaac Newton, them check it everywhere. So now let me start from talking about witchcraft. Hairs can be used to impale someone. In terms of witchcraft, it can be used to affect someone's identity or trap someone's identity in practice of witchcraft. That is another strange use of the hair. Another one, in terms of you can see these things in allegory, in mystical allegory. I have a video that I will play, so that after playing it, you also keep it at your mind and then contemplate on it while I provide other reasons. So this is the video.
Patti Tirumala Temple in southern India, the most visited holy place in the world. 40 to 50 million pilgrims visit every year. It is also one of the largest collectors of human hair in the world, 500 tons a year. Most of the virgin hair weaves and wigs worn in Africa and the world originate here. It is considered a virtue for Indian women to have long hair, a sign of great beauty. So why are they giving it up? Sacrificing hair to the gods is thought to bring good luck.
வேலை வெட்டிக்கு போகலன்னா பெருசா வேலைக்கு போனால் தான் நமக்கு காசும் கஷ்டம் இருக்காது. வேலைக்கு போனால் என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? கூடி வேலைக்கு போகிறது கிடையாது, பசங்க சரி கிடையாது. ஒட்டை அடிக்கணும்னு அடிக்கல, சரி கோயிலுக்கு வேண்டியது இருந்தோம், சரி எப்படி இருந்தாலும் கோயிலுக்கு தானே கொடுத்துட்டு போகிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். கோயிலுக்கு வர சொல்லியா? அதெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இல்லை, சாமிக்கு வந்து பார்த்துட்டு போவோம். அதோட நம்பிக்கை தான், அவ்வளோதான். நம்ம கோயிலுக்கு போனால் நல்லா இருப்போம், நம்ம எதுவும் சாமிக்கு வேண்டியது வந்தால் நல்லா இருக்கும். ஒரு மனசு நிம்மதிக்காக வந்து போவோம்.
What did it feel like when the barber was shaving your head?
முடி கட் பண்ண சொல்ல கொஞ்சம் பாரம் கொஞ்சம் மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. அப்புறம் இந்த பக்கம் கட் பண்ண சொல்ல கொஞ்சம் லேசாகிடுச்சு. கை புருவெல்லாம் எல்லாமே லேசாக இருக்கும்.
It is not just temple hair that is collected.
150.
150
Yes.
rupees. Okay. So not bad. Is she happy?
சந்தோஷமா உங்களுக்கு காசு கொடுத்தது கிடைச்சது happy.
Happy. That's a good way of
Yes.
Fascinating. So literally most of this hair comes from Tirupati temple.
It comes from Tirupati temple plus the other temples also. Majorly 80% of the hair comes from Tirupati temple.
80%. So that's a lot of hair.
Absolutely.
How many tons a month?
Roughly around 10 to 15 tons a month only from Tirupati.
So here we've got the steam curly section.
That's right.
This is what's particularly popular in Africa, yeah?
Absolutely. Among the Afro population across the world.
It's a very labour-intensive process.
It is.
So
It
she's
is.
winding the hair
Yeah.
around a metal stick, and then she's rubber banding it, and then what happens after that?
After that it goes for steam process.
Steaming in a steam
A
machine.
steam machine.
And that keeps the curl, does
It keeps the curls.
So we can all see, because this is like a part of India, and you can see the analysis from that part of India that the hairs are used. Most ladies shave off their hair, and then when they shave it off, they will dedicate it to a god, a type of god. And after the ritual or whatever mysterious things they have used the hair to do, I'm trying to go faster so that I'll enter into the biblical implications of hair. In the book of Judges chapter 16 verse 20, it says, Then she called Samson, Philistines are upon you. He awoke from his sleep and thought, I will go out as before and shake myself free. But he did not know that the Lord had left him. This was the report after Samson's hair was shaved by Delilah. And it points to us how Samson gets his power. How does Samson get his power? If you read the book of Judges very well and about the life of Samson, you discover that anytime Samson faces a very large threat, because most of his life he fought more than a one man can face. He faced battle, physical combat that more than one man can face, or he achieved a very physically tough feat that no one human being can that has the capacity to achieve, like someone being able to tear the mouth of the lion. And he observes a very large threat, he will stand in a position and begin to shake his hair vigorously, and when he shakes that hair, the Spirit of God will descend on his hair. It will descend on his hair and have it's like a kind of transmission. It's like a kind of portal of transmission into his mind and his being, his physical being. So the hair becomes like a circuit. The hair becomes like a circuit to like fine-tune or to assess the power of the Most High. So this has been made visible in the study of Samson and his study of mysticism. So now again, we have Jesus speaking now. He talks about her in the book of Luke chapter 12, 6 to 7. He said, Are not 5 sparrows sold for two farthings, and not one of them is forgotten before God? But even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. Now, here Jesus was talking about like why we should not worry, that even the hairs of our head, the anointed one, those ones that can be found in him, that every hair in your hair have been counted. That means God is aware of who you are, even to the point of your hair. So the hair, mentioning of the hair should let you know that it is very significant. Mention of the hair by Jesus should let you understand that hair is very significant in terms of spiritual attainment or spiritual activities. In the book of 1 Corinthians 11 verse 10, we can see where Paul was like being deliberate in instructing women on how to conduct themselves in places of worship, and whenever they are prophesying, there was a place that many Bible scholars are not very that have not yet thrown a lot of light to, that is very, very mandatory. He was talking about whenever a woman is prophesying, they should cover their hair. Why? Because of the angels. Now, if you look at that place on the surface, you will never understand that place. He said, in the place of prayer, a woman should cover her hair. Beyond the fact that a woman should have her hair, which is a hair, talking about why men should leave their hair low, and ladies leaving their hair longer because it's for the glory of the man, because the hair of a woman is very significant in terms of spirituality. Now, in the place of prophecy, he said that every woman should cover her hair because of the angels. Which angels is Paul talking about? Paul was very aware of a sect of angels that fell in the book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 1 to 4. These are the angels that he's talking about. The angels that fell, that saw the daughters of men, they were in the abode of heaven. This is the point I want to point out. This is the real core of the message I'm trying to share with the world now. He said that these angels saw the daughters of men. He said in those days when the daughters of men when men started multiplying, they gave birth to a lot of fair ladies as beautiful daughters. And those angels that fell, they came down and had intercourse with the daughters of men. And when they had that intercourse, they gave birth to giants. Those giants are called the Nephilims. Those Nephilims, after the flood, became these demons, disembodied spirits. You won't understand this thing except if you read the book of Enoch. I don't know why that book was scrapped out from Bible, but that book really threw more light. It expanded this thing I'm trying to share with every one of you. Now, if you look very closely, you discover that these angels that Paul was talking about, that you should cover your hair because you are in the place of spirituality. Why will a woman cover her hair? A woman will cover her hair because in the place of spirituality, a lot of spirits, anytime you want to access the Most High God, because the Most High God is very high, it comes with a lot of principalities. Anytime that you are doing any spiritual exercise, a lot of principalities are those angels, because those angels are from high frequency. They are in the spiritual realm. They often easily access the women. If you even look at the structure of the Bible, why didn't the serpent talk to Adam? He went direct to Eve because because these things occur as a protocol. The fallen angels knew about the hierarchy. The hierarchy has to do with God, then man translating it over to the woman. But these beings came and shared the knowledge with the woman. So some women become possessed. So many women begins to experience something, both mentally, both physically, and in all ramification. They begin to experience something very mysterious about themselves. So many women out there, they will never tell you, especially the so-called rich ladies. When I mean rich ladies, I mean these ladies that can do anything they want to do. The trendy ladies, the big women out there that can purchase whatever they want to purchase. They have different kind of hair. They have different kind of expensive hair and jewelries and everything. They began to open themselves up to these disembodied beings, because each time, like the video that you saw, that a group of women in India shave off their hair to dedicate to their god, maybe in terms of Agori or whatever they call their cult. After the dedication, there will be a ritual, there will be a kind of spirit that will be trapped within those hair, within the genetic fiber of those hair. When the genetic fiber of those hair are able to trap Because these disembodied beings, they hover around. One of the first things that they notice about women, one of the first things that they feel lustful about in women is their hair. Is in their hair. Just as how God's spirit, because anything spiritual almost work in the same kind of parallel. Just like how God was able to work with Samson because of Samson's hair. So also, these disembodied beings can be trapped within the hairs of these women, and after everything, the hair will be washed, processed, and be sold for a lot of money. Why do you think is that expensive? So many people are not really thinking. So many people think that if you ask them that question, many ladies ask them why hairs, this kind of hair, are that expensive. They will not come up with any tangible answer. They will just be like saying a lot of very surface things. But this is the reality. Whenever a spirit is called upon a thing, why would they call up the spirit, those disembodied spirit, upon the hair? Now, there are a lot of functions of those disembodied spirit. When any woman has contact with such kind of hair, like let's say you go and wear the hair of those ones sacrificed to those kind of deity, because another thing you have to understand is that any kind of ritual most times is done to these angels, these fallen angels. These fallen angels are often these other spirits over, not these fallen angels within the intercourse of the daughters of men give rise to all these demons and all these kinds of spirituality and religion in the world, diversity of religions of the world. Now, when you, for instance, you purchase a hair that has been dedicated to a kind of coven or idol, what will happen to you is, the first thing that will happen to you is your soul will begin to worship, your soul will begin to act. Once you wear the hair, the hair will mingle with your own hair. Once the hair aligns, once the two hair meet consistently, there will be a transmission. Once that transmission occurs, there will be an influence. That's why you discover a lot of feminists. Many of these women become feminists and disrupt the structure of the ideal family of man, woman, and children. If you look at our world today, especially in Africa and all over the world, most of the things that are happening in this our world today are Western influence, Westernization, feminism, all manner of things. Most of our women can't stay in marriage anymore, especially those ones that has a lot of resources to themselves. They begin to indirectly abide in a kind of mindset that will become a type of mind they will begin to have. And once they will begin to have that kind of mind, it becomes very disruptive and it becomes very catastrophic to the whole idea structure of how things are meant to be. So as a woman, I will encourage you to, if you can listen, if you can understand this thing, because this thing is not for everyone, I encourage you to beware of the kind of hair you are buying. All this human hair that are very expensive. You see a hair that is up to 1.5 million. You see a hair that is up to 2 million, 2.5 million. A hair that can buy a car. A hair that can buy very large land. And you yourself, you are not asking yourself what is inside this hair that made it to be expensive beyond its longevity. I know that there could be some synthetic hair that I'm not ignorant of synthetic hair, and there was never a time I said that all hair, but I'm trying to let you to be able to discern by yourself that some, if not most of these hair that are highly expensive, has something about it, something that will influence your character. If you have watched to this point, I hope you understood what I am trying to communicate. This is like exposing some important knowledge in this end time that everyone needs to be aware of, because there is a lot of uprise against the truth, but at the end of the day, the truth will often prevail. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you why the mystery, why a man has beards around his lips. I'm still talking about hair, so it will be okay that you when you subscribe, you also put on the notification bell so that the next time I upload something that is edifying, something that will help you to see more, you can be able to see the notification in your YouTube. Thank you very much.